I just turned and there it was. He didn't believe me.
It's pretty crazy.
It's pretty amazing.
I wonder how he got here, though.
Today was not a typical event.
He's been all over Littleton today.
You don't often see big bull elk like this wander this deep into the heart of the city.
Yeah, not usual, that's for sure.
Maybe if it was Estes Park, but not Centennial.
I think that he has hurt legs, so they're going to take him somewhere.
They will be tranquilizing the elk.
He's asleep. The tranquilizer made him asleep. Where are they going to take him to? I'm pretty sure mountains.
I think about 6 people try and lift that guy in there. They're struggling a little bit, but they got him in there now.
Imagine how nervous the elk will be when he wakes up, though. I know.
I think I counted 5 points on him, 5-point bull.
We are going to allow everyone to come over real quick, but it's got to be really, really quick.
I think it's really cool.
And a lot of kids that are very interested, maybe some of them have never seen an elk.
It'd just be like a giant dog.
The initial report sounds like the elk is good, and we hope to keep it that way. Hope he has a happy life from now on. Interesting day, yeah, you could say that.
Just all black smoke. Hopefully nobody's in there. There's a lot of agencies here. This is crazy.
I actually watched them go out of business.
Our family friend Mike used to work here.
Nolan's RV used to repair and sell RVs and boats. He's such an icon to this area.
Glad Dad's not around. He'd be devastated.
They're going to be out here for hours trying to get this under control.
Probably not something they wanted to do today, but thankful that they're here.
It's a holiday and they're out there doing this while families are at home eating dinner. They're not at home watching football game and spending time with their family. They're putting their lives on the line out here.
Yeah, you never know. They could have just been sitting down to eat and had to rush out to this.
Like 7 hoses, maybe?
If you watch right where they're pointing the hoses, sometimes you can see some orange light coming up. Oh, look, a girl firefighter. Yes.
At least it didn't get to the back.
Oh yeah, the back would have been a nightmare.
Could have been a lot worse. Bless them for being there. Definitely.
Oh, it's so detailed.
A baby book tells the story of a new life.
They're adorable.
First steps, first month, first beach trip.
Look at all this stuff.
But in all these firsts,
all the detail, all the work that they put into it.
Josh Connor didn't know the first thing about who these people are. You see, last month, this father of 5 was driving in Aurora and ran over something.
I looked down and I just saw all these cute pictures of a little kid.
So he stopped.
I almost said, somebody wants that.
He then realized it was something special.
They have literally updates on everything she did of the first 12 months of her life culminated with that picture, which is just, how do you not want to find the people who took that photograph?
He posted on social media, even trying to message potential parents.
But with the last name being Johnson, there's just so many people to go through, so I was hoping you guys could help us out.
Hi, this is Jacqueline Allen. So we started calling, combing through page after page for clues.
Again, I'm just an abject failure as a parent.
Records and pictures showing this baby was adopted.
Tons and tons of pictures.
And even though the parents' names are nowhere to be found, the mom did mention a family member's name. We followed the breadcrumbs to find this Facebook post, a heartbroken mom who left her baby book on the van and drove off. Fast forward to Gina Johnson's house, just a few miles away.
I was really upset. I told my best friend I'm never going to forgive myself for this.
Hi. I believe this is yours.
Returning a baby book.
Thank you
so
much.
Oh no, it's my pleasure.
A small thing to some, but huge to one little girl.
Thank you. Thank you for taking your time today to find us. A lot of love went into this from a lot of people. The fact that she's now gonna have it her whole life and be able to show her kids, and it means a lot to us.
Jacqueline Allen, Denver 7.
If you don't know what's going on between Google and your phone, well, Google it. New information came out that Google is tracking you whether you turn off your location services or not. So today, I'm Google, and I'm going to be following around people who don't want to be followed and explain why Google is doing this.
How you doing, Google?
Good, I'm Google.
Hell yeah.
And actually following people around is a little creepy at 16th Street Mall. You guys know that Google is following you? Did you know that Google follows you everywhere you go, even if you turn off your settings?
Is that right?
Yeah. That's why I'm here, man.
Have a good day, buddy. Thank you.
I'll still be here. A lot of people were surprised by this news.
Hi, I'm Google. Hi, I'm Google.
Out of me. Oh my God.
Through Google Maps, even with location services turned off, Google can take a snapshot of where you are.
Data collection, big data. It's all about money. That's what it boils down to.
I came from Jason's Deli down the way, so they probably watched my whole track down here.
Targeted ads get you to buy things.
Hi. I know you ladies are eating at the Cheesecake Factory, but have you ever eaten at the Cheesecake Factory?
I hate it. I'm going to be honest about it. I don't like it, but how else am I supposed to combat against that?
All that I can really do is throw my phone into the river and call it good, right?
There is a way. You have to sign into your Google account and go to your web and app activity and turn it off. And then Google can't follow you. It's either do that or come to terms.
I'm not surprised at all. That's why I just gave up.
In Denver,
Let's be real about it. Google is everywhere.
Thomas Hoppo, Denver 7.
I smell gas.
It was just a big ball of fire.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
The Aurora Fire Department is still putting out hot spots, cleaning up the remains of a fire that happened at Heather Gardens last night. Phil was right next door when he heard the explosion.
There was more of a boom, I guess. We could see a little bit of flames in the house. But boy, it spread fast. Oh my word, it spread fast.
But before the fire,
I mean, I walk every day.
on Rebecca's walk, she smelled gas right where the explosion happened. She called XL Energy to report it around 4:45.
I went home, and when I woke up and saw that there was an explosion, it was like, you've got to be kidding. And my next thing was, oh my God, I should have called 911 and not just XL. But isn't that what you're supposed to do, is call XL?
What Rebecca didn't know was that Aurora Fire and Rescue was already on scene, trying to find a gas leak.
A guy working in kind of digging a hole there as if he was looking for the gas, and all at once there was this big explosion.
Investigators say one person died in the explosion. They found the body this morning.
No. No, now I really, no. Unbelievable.
Very bad, and it's very disturbing that they had such a gas leak for so long.
Your heart goes out to their family, and you don't expect that to happen. And not a week before holidays.
There was a huge fire here.
In a place burned with love.
We come back every year.
Every year.
There's a place loved that's burnt.
There was no other puffy clouds anywhere. We said, well, where can that be coming from? It looks really bad, like there was a lot of damage for sure.
The Mary's Lake Lodge, loved for
The weddings.
That's the main thing, yeah. And I always said the fireworks started right after that.
There was a wedding last night. We were the wedding the night before on Friday night.
Well,
so
congratulations.
Thank you.
Newlyweds Stephen and Christine have that spark couples dream about. Maybe too much of it.
Our honeymoon suite is no more, but
yeah, it was the one up there with everything all. We were the only ones occupying one of them, and the other one was for the other bride. Yeah.
They only wanted to save two things in their room.
That box of letters and cards from our friends and family.
My wedding dress was up there. Let's see. So it's a very long dress and just a lot of lace, and was not cheap.
A memory forever burned, but something that will last. Like them who got married.
Here. On this deck, right?
Right here.
To our left here.
Or them.
2 years and another 2 weeks. They've had the worst. Now the best is coming.
With all the flames, somehow this made it through.
And this is what we really just wanted to kind of keep and treasure from the wedding.
And a place that burns with love is this marriage, forged in fire. In Estes Park, Thomas Hoppo, Denver 7.
Hey, that's why we're here every week.
What you see is a truck.
Yeah, we're usually pretty busy with St. Bradley's.
But look closer.
So it looks like we're about halfway through.
And you'll see compassion.
What's your name real quick, boss?
The laundry truck.
It drives place to place doing laundry for
the homeless. Actually, anybody in poverty. But most of the people we serve, they're a homeless community.
Ray is the one washing clothes. Today, he washes as many loads as he can.
37, 38. It's all we can do.
With their second truck, it's going to change.
Then we can do 70 loads a day. You know, it'll be a lot better. Every day somebody walks by and says, what is this? Wow, this is a great idea.
It doesn't matter where you come from.
People need clothes. I mean, they need their laundry washed.
Or where Ray comes from.
I'm still homeless as far as I'm concerned. This is still my community.
All that matters is all this comes from the heart.
I get to help people too, and you know, that's a good thing. I get to see the people in the streets every day.
In downtown Denver, Thomas Hoppo, Denver 7.
We start our story on the streets of Denver, where clearly something has piqued some interest.
Driving down the road, folks kind of tend to do a double take.
Not a bird or a plane.
Just a lot of smiles and a lot of waves.
But a hero nonetheless.
My name's Kmgh, and I'm the Colorado captain. I don't care who you are. If you see Captain America rolling down the road, you're probably going to do a double take, and then you'll probably smile too. What's up, pal?
And that's kind of the point.
I'll be waiting at a red light, and I'll hear somebody go, "No way! That's Captain America, man!" It's a real life superhero, baby.
Ugh, language, as Steve Rogers would say.
It's cool that folks feel that excited about it. Hulk smash! Now you do it. Smash! Nice! Yeah, there it is.
Not his day job.
Who's your favorite superhero? I'm an actor by trade when I'm not moonlighting as a bartender. Here you go.
But still a full-time job.
Well, that's a big high five. The whole thing's to raise money for pediatric cancer. When I'm passing down the road, maybe you'll see me in Peoria, okay?
Remember that. We'll come back to it.
Nice job, pal. It's not a sacrifice for me to wear this suit every day. It's a privilege, and it's fun.
The spirit behind this red, white, and blue-clad cosplayer took him on a hero's journey this summer.
This is a cute kid. August through October. It's my second annual charity ride, Cap Across America.
He'd stop at children's hospitals and conventions, raising money for pediatric cancer. 15 states, 6 hospitals, and one final stop planned out.
At the end of the trip, I'm going to be participating in the Children's Hospital toy ride.
But like in the comics, this storyline has a little conflict, a villain, if you will.
Wouldn't you know it, when you're on a bike, things tend to not always go the way you anticipate.
Almost finished with his trip, heading back west in October.
So here's where we stand. A couple of nights ago, I unceremoniously began my journey home from New York City, and along the way, I ran into a blown semi-tire.
Our hero was wounded and stranded in Peoria, Illinois. Remember Peoria?
Maybe you'll see me in Peoria, okay?
His ankle was broken, but his spirit wasn't.
I'm really shooting for that Children's Hospital toy ride.
Cap himself could fly back, but his bike would be stuck, and he'd never make it to that final finish line. This hero was the one who needed saving. Enter the man that's been behind the lens of this story this whole time. He drove the 935 miles from Denver to pick up Kmgh and his bike, strap it in the back of his pickup truck, and drive the 13 hours back. One of the first things Cap did when he got back?
Way to vote!
Election day.
There it is.
There he was on a still broken ankle being a good citizen.
Thanks a lot for voting. It means a lot.
Boom. Thank you, sir.
Where else would you expect Captain America to be?
Because you know what? Real heroes vote. This is true.
7 hours he stood on that ankle.
Yeah!
That laugh, that hero spirit, still there. The next day, still dressed the part, the Colorado captain had surgery. His shield wasn't the only piece of metal he now carried around, but it would be a long recovery. 8 weeks, according to doctors, well past the December toy run.
Thank you all for joining us for the 33rd Annual Children's Hospital Colorado Toy Run.
We've made it to our hero's final test, this comic's climax. December 2nd, Aurora Children's Hospital.
Merry Christmas!
Less than a month out from surgery, would the captain make it? Of course he would. The story would stink if he didn't.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
It's what heroes do. They show up when you need them.
Woo, you got girl power, girl!
And in this case, showing up with gifts.
Not one but 2 Captain America shields. Dude, that looks just like my shield! Whoa! Whoa! At ease. I'm super happy to be here. I really didn't think that I was gonna make it this year. Boom! Wakanda forever. It was a big challenge to overcome, but the truth of the matter is that if these kids are going to be fighting for their lives every day, I'm pretty sure that I can handle 4 hours on a mostly healed ankle. 2, 3, cheese!
Dressing up like a superhero doesn't make you one.
Would you be willing to take a picture with me?
Doing this
Cheese!
does.
The real superhero lives inside your heart, okay? It's enough to make you want to just cry with joy. Ah, you got me! All right, let's get around to high five. Show me what you got.
So as we end our story,
whoa!
It's with these smiles and this laugh, and it's not over yet.
The mission of Colorado Captain is going to go on, and it's going to thrive, and here's to next year, and until then, I'll see you on the road.
I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
It's all technique driven and art. Food to me as a chef is nourishing, giving a gift to someone and having instant gratification and response.
The texture is super nice.
Edo dosa, edo lamb. With any dish that we choose and any dish that we want to like, it kind of uses our project and our platform. You learn about the culture, you learn about the town, you learn about the city, the people, who's eating it, and then try to make it presentable for Denver. Linger kind of goes against the grain and uses an idea of a classic dish and then kind of flips it upside down and reconstructs it and then puts it in front of a guest as something that's familiar.
Cricket!
But as soon as they taste, it's unfamiliar. It's got that element of surprise.
The idea is definitely a little off-putting at first within the dish with it, the extra little bit of crispness. You really don't even really notice that it's a bug, essentially.
Can we call them micro livestock? I do feel very tender towards them, which is maybe a funny thing to say since ultimately they become food. I am Wendy Lou McGill, CEO and founder of Rocky Mountain Micro Ranch. Oh, there's super tiny little babies in here. We're farming mealworms and crickets. This bin is like an all-inclusive cruise where they're a singles cruise, if you will. So they can eat all they want, make lots of new friends, and thus babies. There are thousands and thousands of eggs in this container, and that's where the new generation will start. Since I founded the farm in 2015, Denver has become a hotbed of having insects in restaurants. Denver usually has more restaurants serving insects on the menu than even New York or San Francisco, LA.
We're currently serving a sweet and sour cricket with black ant dish, black ant rice we call it. I think that the ant is the most exciting because the ant can be used as a salt substitute, it can be used as a lime or lemon or orange substitute.
Gives it like a nice little kick as well too. There's a little bit of like pop-up flavors.
Crickets, for example, I call them tofu bugs because they just don't bring much flavor on their own.
And then you can season them with anything. Chili spices, lime spices. Bruno, it's gonna be 2 happy stickers.
It's an honor to work with those kinds of restaurants and those really creative chefs. And then also it gives a lot of credibility to the idea. And we might have a chance to make this be part of our regular diet.
The flavor is wild. I say try it and share it with some friends. If you don't want to commit to it, ask your neighbor that you're sitting with and say, hey, let's get it. Let's try it, let's split it. You're gonna have some good thoughts about it.
Appealing because of the purity of nature that we have here, really. There's nowhere like Twin Lakes in this state.
People enjoy coming through Twin Lakes to get to or from Aspen just because of the scenery.
This is a really beautiful area. I just want to know, this is like a best kept secret.
Never seen anything like it.
1, 2, 3.
It's a surprise for sure for most.
This is awesome.
There's a large percentage of people that'll pull over immediately, come take pictures, contribute.
This apparently is a must-do.
Nature is God.
Yeah, it's actually really cool to see all of writing and all of the different things that people have added to it. Oh, and I smudged it with my hand.
I can't say I expected to see a car with writing on it today.
I've never seen a Porsche, so this is just great. Really? Yeah.
But this is a very cool idea.
Earlier this summer, I decided to take a Porsche that I own and put it out in front of the house with a quote written on each side. And they're both inspirational quotes.
Today is a gift. That is why it's called the present.
I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to focus more on my dreams than my comfort zone, which is what one of the quotes is about.
After seeing the quotes, I was like, well, you should leave a magic marker out there and let everybody contribute to it.
Not all who wander are lost.
Live life, have fun, kick ass.
The mountains are calling and I must go.
Pretty cool. My dad's super into Porsches, so I took a couple pictures for him and he's gonna be like, ah.
The original owner was my father. He bought it brand new in 1982. He was very passionate about racing cars. I would go as a kid along with him to the races and I would cheer for him in the pits. And as the years progressed, it sort of transformed into dirt bikes as opposed to racing cars, just because it was something that was much more feasible for us to do together. Starting in about the mid-2000s, he was diagnosed with cancer, and so it was in April of 2016 that he passed, and he left the car to me. I really enjoy driving it. It reminds me a lot of my dad and some of the memories we made in the car together. It was still really hard to see him reach that point where, even though he wanted so badly not to die, there was nothing he could do. When I'm driving the Porsche, or when I'm even just looking out the window at it, it always reminds me of what my dad wanted for me, which was, I think, what most parents want for their children, which is just to be happy.
Live life and love. It just means you gotta keep loving in this world, I'll tell you. You gotta keep loving, then everything will be okay.
I've really enjoyed, seeing this sort of next level that the car has gone to, where I'm not only being inspired, and brought joy personally by the car.
This, I think, is a blast.
I too am a dreamer, so I love that quote.
But to see that shared with other people is really rewarding.
Don't ever play leapfrog with a unicorn. Solid advice.
I look back on the things I learned from my father, and I don't think that I would be as happy, and I don't think I would be as content with my life if I hadn't had him to look up to and learn from over the years.
I've been coming here for about 30 years now.
Well, when I was a kid, my dad used to come here.
I'd rather come to a place where you can trust.
My dad bought the place, I think about 66. So it's kind of a family-run thing.
Dad's been here a long time.
Coming up on Colorado's Morning News.
Well, the equipment turned on, gas pumps, air compressors. I've been doing it for 42 years. Don't know how else to do anything different at this point, Kind of old throwback to back in the 50s, I guess. It's very old school. Like I say, we come out and wait on everybody. We check the oil, check your tires, wash your windows. Then, as we can see, the neighborhood has changed since I've been here in 40-some years. We have all these new condos and high-rises, and none of this stuff was here before, but it's progress. We all know the heyday of the gas station is over with, full service, but I kind of like service. Still people, I think, come in and they want to get waited on, somebody to talk to a little bit. Hi, good morning.
Just drove it up from Durango and it's telling me it needs an oil change.
Yeah, sure. Look like you bought some of the bugs and stuff with you. I've seen my share of bugs over the years, yes. I can identify them, these aren't locals either. You bet, Sam. Anything key?
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, not too expensive though, right? Yeah, everybody knows it.
Just enough to fix it.
Got the idea. We'll be in touch, sir. Thank you.
It's an independent, honest man, which is hard to find these days.
Honest, good mechanic.
Well, I don't think it'll probably stay here as a gas station after this. Morning. That's the way life works. You have to modernize or stay up. There will come a point too where your time has come and move on. We'll get them fixed up for you, sir. No problem. It's a good, honest living, I can tell you that. Right now, we need to get you gassing on the road. So have a good afternoon.
A Friday night under the lights.
We're really excited to be back in the playoff picture.
In a rivalry game. Not much bigger than this. Except tonight, there is.
Life is bigger than football. Life is bigger than sports.
My name is Kristen Radishansky.
A Thunder Ridge parent cheering on her son while in a battle of her own.
Was diagnosed with leukemia about 2 years ago. I was just given the news that I had relapsed on Monday.
With an uncertain prognosis, her friends took Kristen's favorite color and organized this.
Let's go, boys!
A purple out with hats, helmet stickers, and purple hearts.
I mean, the love is just, like, I don't know any other word but overwhelming. That's exactly how I'm feeling.
Really seeing the best come out of Thunder Ridge and Thunder Ridge football in our community in the face of something not so positive.
And it wasn't just on one sideline. Kristen is a Fairview alum and was shown love tonight by her alma mater as well.
What a blessing everybody has been to us. We are touched.
It's more than the suffering part. It's people coming together, mending the fences, holding hands, showing the friendship, showing the love.
Thunder Ridge would ultimately win the game. Next up, Kristen's fight off the field.
We're fighting and we're hopeful, and seeing this help just gives you the want to fight.
Step inside the garage of Tom Edwards.
I'm usually not thinking about how I look when I do this.
And it's really like you're stepping into his mind.
Speed it up.
Inside is the art.
Before they get trimmed.
To his craft.
And a charmed life. I'm blessed.
And if speech is an art.
What's the hardest part about being a potter? When film crews come in the studio and you have to look all clean and nice.
Then consider Tom fluent in wittiness. In fact, so artistically witty, he captured the mind of another through one of Tom's most poetic creations.
My now most famous design is electric cars are good for the environment because electricity comes from magic. An electric car that's being powered by a farting unicorn. So yeah, they sold pretty quick.
And great minds tend to think alike. Elon Musk, the co-owner of Tesla Motors, used Tom's unicorn as a promotion.
They used one of my images in the screen of their car. Made the decision to try and approach them about it.
Tom fought for 7 months to get a settlement, and finally it came through.
Both sides are happy, and it was just really rewarding to get the job done and to get back to making pots.
For Tom, it wasn't about the money. It's about respect and acknowledgement for art.
This experience has changed my life.
Who knows if his settlement is as much as the ceramic check he sarcastically made, signed by Elon Musk. It could be enough to change his life.
This is my job, this is what I do.
Or maybe enough to keep his life just the same.
I'm not retiring at all. Jeez, I love this work.
In Evergreen, Thomas Hoppo, Denver 7.
Oh, we've been together for 60 years, going on 66.
The saying, you'll do anything for love.
What'd I say?
Could have very well been written by Barb, because she'll do anything for her husband Lee.
Oh, definitely.
We've lived here since 1974.
66 years of unconditional love.
No complaints.
Not even when Lee wanted to turn his home into his passion.
Well, it says Lee Maxwell, collector of old and unusual. They should have interchanged these two lines, old and unusual collector.
Step inside Lee's home, and you'll see for yourself.
Equipment in the 40s and early 50s.
Things are old here, but open this door, and that's where things get unusual.
There's a bunch of washing machines here.
He collects wash machines. That's his hobby.
I could tell you a story about each one.
Lee Maxwell is the owner of the only washing machine museum.
The oldest one I have dates back to 1844.
Open another door, and there's more.
700 machines in this room, and this is the twist. They all have a unique story behind them.
Lee has a total of 1,500 machines. But according to his wife,
he does not know how to use a washing machine.
I didn't sort the clothes and they all turned out pink. I've been forbidden to touch the washing machine.
The reason Lee and Barb do this? Love.
Wash machines just seem to be our bit.
And when you love something, you'll do anything.
I'm no spring chicken.
Even let it go to share that love.
This thing is too crowded to be open to the public.
One day, Lee will give their museum to the world.
A new home.
Until then.
And it's my desire to keep it going.
Thomas Hoppo, Denver 7.